They roped way down and then passed the turn, and then roped way down again. Greetings, everyone. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that you are here. We're going to be playing some Magic the Gathering Arena today, as always. These are some of the highlights from our stream, and I really hope you enjoy the games. If you do really enjoy the program, please don't forget to leave a like and subscription. It really, really helps the channel. So without further ado, let's get to the games. All right, let's try it. Let's try it. Still haven't received your points. Can you handle this issue? You can't. It's just a matter of waiting more on the Great Inventor. I'm not quite sure how long it will take to get those points, but you know, I have been assured by the powers that be that, you know, eventually they'll show up, you know. Are we just supposed to Lightning Helix this right now? No, let's Luminarch Aspirant. Because then we can make another one next turn. Would be over the moon if you actually do it. I will do it on a Great Inventor if I get a chance to talk with him. You know, I'm not sure how much Brandon Sanderson's going to be interested in talking to, you know, the and many more style people. But I get the impression he's actually a really good dude, so, you know. I have no reason to believe that he would, no, stop that. Enlist, yes. That he would specifically shun me either, you know? But, oh, he will, Jen and I, he will. Colin, man, good to see you. How was your day? LOL Wreckmate. Doing things. Montego Latino, good to see ya. Welcome to stream, glad to have you. Okay, well. Actually, that's a mistake, isn't it? Yeah, that's a mistake. They still can combo off, folks. Yeah, we were supposed to take the Heliod here. Yeah, that's an error. I screwed up. I wasn't thinking about the fact they were probably playing combo. If they just have the 3-mana dude and they have the extra mana, then they can combo off here. Oh, thank heavens. Okay, yes. Jeez Louise. Holy crud. Very, very happy. All right. Well. Here we go. Let's go ahead and take the Heliod Sun Crowned. And pop over here a counter and a counter still. Yeah, there we got him. So the gameplay part, you know, maybe not so much, but the monitoring chat part, I'm actually pretty good at, I think. So it actually took me a minute to find the button, the appropriate button. But the rest of it, not so bad. This is really unfortunate that we don't have another 2-drop. We did get our Morale Sergeant, which is really nice, but I don't want to expose it to the removal, so I guess we're going to hold up our own removal for their turn. Aha. Well, it works out. Going to Stomp while we have the opportunity to get our Bone Crusher Giant sent over here. Though, we might be putting a bunch of things into the top 5 and then having our opponent just mill them off, which is kind of funny. But, no, folks. It is not funny, though, to not draw into the land here. Okay. Gotcha, Carlos. Gotcha. All right. Yeah, we don't get that much often, Dawn. But that is part of engaging with the internet, is finding hateful people from time to time. So. Hey, thank you, Chronicleo. Appreciate that. Carlos, examining our Brutal Cathar here. Goes with Ruin Crab and a land drop? Perhaps. No. I think they have another removal spell, honestly. So I think they're gonna wait for us to, like, do things and then punish us. So let's go about it like this. You know, it's not bad to exile the Ruined Crab anyway. It's definitely a bit of a thorn in our side. So, land. Goblin Morale Sergeant. Combat. You going to destroy our creatures now, Carlos? Enlist. I get the impression, folks, that they're trying to lay a trap here. Yes, become famous. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe we're just supposed to enlist the Skyclave Apparition and attack with the Moonrage Brute as well. They've got something. I just don't know what it is. Soaring Thought Thief. Okay. So I guess it would have been okay. They're just taking it, though. They're not blocking the Morale Sergeant. Wild. Okay. Fabled Passage. Sure, gets cracked. You got it. You got it. Why aren't we enlisting Ruin Crab into our deck? See, that's a great question. I don't know. Maybe we should be. Maybe we should be. Charlie Trotter, good to see you. Yes, it's true, Charlie Trotter. I am one of the and others, you know? Oh no, they got our Brutal Cathar. We just put that in there. Bummer. Carlos goes with Zareth San and gets what? The Brutal Cathar? I mean, fine. Alright. Well, Inquisitor Captain, come on down. Get our own another Brutal Cathar. This is awkward. We can get another Skyclave Apparition back. All right. Let's just not. Having lunch at Day 9's house? I mean, I was supposed to hang out with Day 9 at TwitchCon, but I was not able to make the engagement, which I was really chagrined by, but alas. Sometimes adult things, you know? Scum7, glad you're out there. Yeah, well, they want to emphasize certain people more than others. But, you know, if you look at the bottom, Caleb Durward is down there. And he's about John Likes game size, I'm just saying. So, another Soaring Thought Thief arrives. Front and center is overrated. I agree. I mean, this is awkward, but I think we are going to play around the sensor effect. Just because they haven't had a lot of opportunities to fire it off. So, all right, Skyclave Apparition, come on down. Eats the Moonrage Brood? Yeah, do it. Pay the life. You got me. Okay. And enlist. Yes. Another. Yeah. So let's attack. I think just Inquisitor Captain is kind of nice. Plan on meeting Pleasant Kenobi and Professor. Yeah, I would love to. I want to meet just about everybody. I think the Magic the Gathering community is actually pretty awesome, and so you know, yeah, I am definitely looking forward to it. Scum 7. What do you call a droid that takes the scenic route? A droid that takes the scenic route. R2 Detour. Carlos, 3 cards in hand. Read that as pepperoni. Yeah. All right. Opponent able to slay one of our Moonrage Brutes and get back their Bruvok. Not ideal. Soaring Thought Thief comes in and sends over our Inquisitor Captain again. Darn it, that's the second one. We worked hard to create these copies, darn you. All right, Ambitious Farmhand. Come on down. Basic lanes. Don't mind if I do. Land drop. Luminarch. Aspirant. And combat. Put a counter on that one. Attack in that manner. Okay. Zarasan gonna trade. You got it. And end the turn. Brutal Cathar takes a Soaring Thought Thief. It's possible we're supposed to just take the Bruvok there, but I'm afraid they were trading the Zarasan because they have another one in hand. So we don't want them to very easily be able to deploy it. And we are obviously representing an awful lot of attack. You know, we are representing an awful lot of power here on the board. So our opponent will have to address this. Heartless Act. Okay. Fine. Never yellow guy, glad you made it. Good to see ya. Summon is the Avengers. Who's Thanos? I mean, wasn't John Finkel wearing the gauntlet, or was that somebody else? Somebody was wearing the Infinity Gauntlet. Ambitious Farmhand, transform. Combat. Get in there. See how our opponent elects to block here. All right. A little damage there. No. Little damage there. Little block there. Well. Yeah, let's get rid of the Soaring Thought Thief. Opponent drops to 5. It's possible that was incorrect, and we were supposed to get rid of the Bruvok there. Because they could still mill us out. We're still at 35 cards, though, and this is a fairly generic rogue deck, it looks like. And they've indexed pretty hard towards removal, near as we can tell. So I think they're comboing with Bruvok. A lot less likely to be the case, but it could be. You know, you never know. Goes to nighttime. Well, combat. Let's get back in there. Taylor Momsen, good to see you. Sure enough, they do and did have another Zarath-san, as we had feared. So, played around the correct things there. Quite pleased about that, honestly. Not gonna lie. Bone Crusher Giant. Bone Crusher Giant. Opponent at 3. What will you do, Kalos? What will you do when they come for you? Okay. So all of these individually lethal threats, because the Hopeful Initiate's going to train, right? So our opponent needs to get at least, you know, whatever, 2 more blockers or something, or have 2 more removal spells, or a blocker and a removal spell or something like that, and then they would still take 2. Alternatively, they could use a removal spell here, but I think we get the card's owner. Yeah, so we actually get the Brutal Cathar. They do not. I mean, we're gonna block. Yeah. Okay. Carlos. Crippling Fear would get us. That's true. I mean, you're not wrong. Okay. Carlos. Combat. Given Disney is trying to make their own card game competitor? Oh, that's true. I did forget about that. That's 1. Do you have another removal spell or blocker, opponent? Oh, I don't know. I'm in platinum. I don't know why, you know, WotC has me up against somebody in bronze. But, you know, it happens. Okay, so they did, but they targeted the wrong one. They were trying to trade up, so now they die to the Skyclave Apparition. No, opponent. Yeah, they needed to kill, like, the Season Cathar or something. Why, thank you, Jabroni Mike. I appreciate that. And thank you for reminding me, because my 5 minutes is up. I actually get to wear my coat again. So, you know, channel point redemptions and all that. They're constantly making me take my, you know, take my coat and hat off. It's like, oh boy. It's almost like they don't want me to look like this, you know? I'm telling you. Mike's got to stick together. There you go. Hey, MTG Arrest, another fellow content creator. I got to check them out a couple of weeks ago. Good times over there for sure. Yeah, that one, MTG Arrest, they're rolling out to Twitch as a whole. I don't know if you have to be in the beta yet. Like, it could be that it's only available to certain people. But it's very cool. Wow. It is in everyone's channel? Nice, Strider. Appreciate that. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. Crash through, huh? Let's Skyclave Apparition and take the puppy. Just don't look, folks. Don't look. We don't want to hurt the puppy. Just get it out of here, you know? 6 cards in hand, 2 mountains. Look out, look out. It's another mountain. Are they gonna get rid of our Skyclave Apparition? Darn it, they are. Inconvenient. See, Strider, I'm back and forth on the clips. Another Fearless Pup. Hold on. Just a minute. How many Fearless Pups do they have over there? Alright, well. Bone Crusher Giant, come on down. We're gonna block. Charlie Trotter gifting a sub to Strider Stone. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. That is very, very kind of you indeed. And Vishnu Pyromancer arrives. Going to pop us right on the nozzle for 2 damage. Dropping us down to 18. Skewer the Critics. Going to clean up Bone Crusher Giant. Take 2 for their trouble themselves. And crash in with Fearless Pup and a 1/1. All of these things are acceptable if you ask me. That said, Skyclave Apparition, come out of here. Go and grab a hold of that Vishnu Pyromancer. And pass it right back over there. That's right, Strider. That's right. All right, Skyclave Apparition. Cleaned up by a shock. Opponent down to 1 card, though. And our life total still pretty high. Getting stuck on mana, though, definitely awkward. So I think we've got to hold on and Bone Crusher Giant. The life total thing, definitely threatening. Agreed, Strider Stone. Honestly, I think community is truly top notch. You know, and as long as you stay off Twitter, I think the Magic the Gathering community is very similar. Like, it's always pitchforks on Twitter, you know? Like, I wish if I could take one thing out of the Magic the Gathering community, it would be all the pitchforks all the time. You know, oh, 7 dwarves. Okay, Vazul, good to see ya. All right, there you go. The MTG bearded king. It's true. Ooh, okay. It would be you speaking publicly? No. None of that, no. We wouldn't silence our Strider, the mayor of Sodium City. Okay, well, we block. Omen of the Forge comes down, going to ping our Bone Crusher Giant just a wee bit. These things are fine. And by fine, I mean we are just terrified as all get out. Omen of the Forge going to get cracked, and a little scrying going to happen. Scrying lethal at the top. They go top. No. No! No! Actually, Inquisitor Captain was the correct play there, right? No, I think this is still right. Because we know there's a good chance that they scryed damage to the top. Oh. 7 dwarves, eh? Well. Brutal Cathar. Eat the token. Goblin Morale Sergeant. And list the Brutal Cathar. Put another Brutal Cathar up into our library here. Morale Sergeant gonna crash in. Are they gonna block, though? They do. They don't want to keep that Morale Sergeant doing its thing. What was the next card? What did they scry top? What is it that they have as a surprise for us? It's another shock. You got it. These things are fine. Calamity Bear's gonna show up. We're gonna crash in for 2. Opponent down to 16. We're at 6, but boy, our board looks a lot better than theirs, and they're done scrying. Damage. Skewer the Critics. Hi-yi-yi. Okay, well, Inquisitor Captain ahead of the curve here because we were hoping for something like Luminarch Aspirant. Counter going over here onto the Calamity Bear. Gonna attack for 10. Can we fade 3 damage from the top, please? Omen of the Forge. 2 is not 3. Folks, 2 is not 3. And we got him. Woo! Jeez. Diego. It's a shock. What a shock. Yeah, exactly, Diego. Exactly. Got him. And it was bad. Like, I remember this one time. I was very young. I've never been in a moving car-to-car collision. But the only time I ever got close, I was actually on really, really slick roads. And I was driving slow, but like it was straight sheet of ice. And we were going like 30 in, you know, just down in the city. And I start putting on the brakes, 0 traction. and we're drifting towards this intersection where there's a red light and there's a car there. And so I made the decision that, you know, I'd rather hit a telephone pole than the back of somebody's car. So I ran into a telephone pole, and it turns out there was a baby in the back seat, and we could have run right into the back of, you know, this car with the baby in it and everything. It was a great decision, as it turns out. But, you know, just one of those things that the police officer shows up at the scene and is like talking about stuff, and he's like, yeah, I think it was your tires. I think you'd have been fine if it hadn't been for your tires. You just need to get those tires fixed. I was ready to argue with the police officer about how, no, I should have been going slower, while he's totally letting me off the hook because I made really good decisions. It was like, I should shut up right now. One of the few times in my life I was truly really proud of myself for actually shutting up in time to not wreck it. I did argue just enough for him to give me the eyes like, are you kidding me right now? Like, do you want me to write you a bigger ticket? But you know, I did shut up just in time. I try, Kerrigan, I try, but you know, it is what it is. Zagman, glad you made it. Okay. You got it. Yep. All of these things are bad, for the record. All of them. Yeah, land. Brutal Cathar, come on down. It's a thing I tried to arrange, Chronicle, but I couldn't actually make it work the way I wanted it to. So, you know. And what is that? There, Steve. Sure. Goblin Morale Sergeant. It is, Jen and I, it is. Believe me, it's also one of those things that used to drive me crazy when I was younger, was the pitch of my voice. My dad was a natural bass, just a natural bass, very, very deep voice. And so everyone compared, you know, my voice to his. The contrast was stark, let me tell you. Tyranno Ninja. All right, well, fine. Okay. Well. Oh, for a minute there, I thought they had saved the protection spell. I thought, sure, they might have used the protection spell to protect the Luminarch Aspirant, and then they didn't. I thought, okay, we're in the clear. And then for a second there, a split second, I thought, oh my goodness, they played me for a fiddle. But they didn't. They didn't. Everything's fine. Inquisitor Captain. Split second isn't on the client, isn't it? Or we don't have any split second cards whatsoever. I find that difficult to believe, actually. We didn't get any in the anthologies or anything? Is Croson Grip on the client or not? Yeah. Croson Grip is on the client. Nice. Wolfbird Cow, appreciate you. From the archives is in. Nice. See, folks, Jen and I there thought he could pull a fast one on me. Uh-huh. All right, let's attack. Mana abilities are technically split second timing. Is that true? Or is that just a, like, simplification of matters? Got him! Taste it, life gain! Kept the door on its shut. I hope it does not cause further problems, because it's hot in here and I cannot allow that thing to go away. Oh, darn it. No! Authority of the Consuls is actually really bad for us. Ambitious Farmhand happens Hey, look at this, folks. Look at this. We are being raided. It is not a one Jame. It is the one Jame. Bringing in that raid. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome in. How was your stream? The one Jame. It's true. Tell my original printing of Underworld Dreams that $60 to $5 overnight when it was reprinted. Ah, bummer, Gam. That's a bummer. What were you playing, the one Jame? All right, let's actually just Skyclave Apparition. We're actually going to eat the Authority of the Consoles, I think. Really, really annoying. It was great. Can't wait to be in Vegas. Oh my gosh, I know. It's killing me. One Jame, I don't get to go to Vegas. I'm going to the Magic Summit, but I went to TwitchCon, and then there were scheduling issues, so I was not able to commit to Vegas, which is absolutely killing me right now. All right. Well, kill that. Get in there. Play Winconless Azorius Control. Oh no. Oh no. Brutal. Okay, so let's shoot. Yeah, let's do it like this, I guess. Cake Fist, appreciate you. Glad you made it. Very first commander deck today, Tyranids. Yes. Feels good, man. You should absolutely check out EDH Rec if you're trying to be competitive. But here's the thing that I would caution you with about power level, particularly for commander, is that the power level of your specific play group is relative. Some people have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into their one single deck, and they just play that all the time. And, you know, CEDH and all that. But then other people just like want to buy a precon like your Tyranids and then just not edit it at all because they're all built at a roughly equivalent power level. That's not exclusively true, but that's the general idea. So you can play, you know, precons against other precons with actual zero guild, right? So I would caution you against like making your deck too much more powerful if your friends are also going to be doing the same thing, because it will make them not want to play with you. All right, folks. So for those of you who haven't caught on, Goblin Morale Sergeant is enlisting and putting these copies of Skyclave Apparition into the top 5 cards of our library. And we are brutalizing our opponent with that thing. I don't really want to shuffle our library, though. So I think we're going to hang on to this one. And yeah, what the heck? Goblin Morale Sergeant. Enlist, attack. Enlist that one. Enlist that one. Goblin Morale Sergeants, do your thing. Have pregame discussion. Don't sleep on alternative commander deck. Yeah, exactly. Well, okay, then there you go. And that is not a bad thing, Cake Fist. That is that's awesome. And sometimes your more expensive decks can give you a lot more play and things like that, and you can have really interesting turns and all that. Hey, Lune Nix, darn it, thank you for hanging out as always. Appreciate you. Fellow degenerate content creator, folks, Lune Nix. Should definitely be dropping a follow if you haven't already. But I have one $400 deck, has good play, but it's super. Well, and see, exactly, J Skills. Glad you made it. Good to see you. So I want to stress that the game really isn't just rich kid wins. You can't just go out and spend, like, you know, $5,000 on a deck and just automatically win because you spent that much, right? Your deck is going to have to be built on purpose, let's say. Like, you know, make intelligent decisions based on what your deck is trying to accomplish. So I would encourage you, hit up that website right there, edhrec.com, and see what other people are playing with their Tyranids deck, and see if any of those strategies kind of, you know, excite you, right? And honestly, I think you'll be surprised. Some of the cards that you could get, you might even just spend, you know, 25 cents on this card, $1.50 on this card, $8 on this card, and then, you know, a couple of other almost free cards, you know, 10 cents, 10 cents, 10 cents, and, you know, upgrade some key parts of the deck. And for like 15 bucks or something, you could have an entirely revamped and very powerful deck, as long as you're careful with how you deploy your finances. But glad you're here. Welcome to the community. We're glad to have you for sure. Yeah, well, it's true. That very yellow guy, for sure. Oh, Cake Fest. Appreciate that. Thank you very much for that follow. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and attack here. Not going to do any enlisting, but only because, you know, on different things that I kind of want, you know? All right. I'm going to keep this. Not because I think we should, but because surely the game isn't going to make us miss more land drops 2 games in a row, right? The game would never betray me in such a manner. I'm confident that last game was just a fluke, and now the game is eager to repent and is going to give us a bunch of lands. So we're just going to go ahead and keep this 2-lander and then be very, very surprised if we don't draw more mana. That's all there is to it, you know? Opponent considers. Nice. Does not kill our Goblin Morale Sergeant. That's kind of nice. Uh-oh. Arcane Bombardment? Well, that's terrifying. That is terrifying indeed. Oh my goodness. Triumphant Reckoning? Okay. So for the record, folks, our opponent's doing something wild, but it is not good news for us. Presumably they could have Mizzix Mastery as soon as this turn, and we do not have Graveyard Hate. Okay, Emergent Ultimatum does the thing. Well, no enlisting. As much as we would like another Venerable Warseeker, we would like to get a Luminar Casper back to the battlefield, I think. So, you know? Maybe we were supposed to do another Goblin Morale Sergeant there, actually. Because I was thinking the Lightning Helix thing. Oh, they had to go and find the Mizzix Mastery. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Mike Wood. Exactly what we're saying. Gotcha, Darth Ares. Woo! That was a close one, folks. That was a close one. We're gonna have to mulligan that one. This one is a keeper. And I think we're actually going to send back the Ambitious Farmhand since we do have the 3 lands. It is not strictly a requirement on 2. So the opponent gets another card from the top of their library. What say you? Casket. It's a Steam Vents. What on earth is going on over there? A lot of Is-It magic being tossed around today. Pass that turn. See how things go. Lava Glide Pathway comes down, and Sprite Dragon going to show up. Do we? Yeah, I mean, I guess. Let's just make them remove our Brutal Cathar, I guess. It was tempting to try and just kill it, but I think if they don't have a removal spell for the Brutal Cathar, then we're in pretty good shape. Obviously, provided they do, it kind of makes them do weird things with it. Interesting. Well, fine. Combat. Train up that Hopeful Initiate. Don't mind if I do. Indeed. Tempting Tragedy. Indeed. All right, so remember I threw back the ambitious farmhand because, you know, we already had 3 lands. You know. No, wow. Relic of Progenitus. No calculated decision ever goes unpunished, you know? All right. Hey, there we go. So, Morale Sergeant. Do they have a... They do not. They do have Spikefield Hazard, though. Awkward. All right, well, fine. Let's just train everybody up, though. Get into combat here. And drop our opponent down to 5. Monkey is home and fed. Nice. Feels good. All right. It's a Bone Crusher Giant. So we're going to go ahead and attack here. Train up the Hopeful Initiate. They need to have a removal spell just to live here. And they don't have it. Of course, we were holding the Lightning Helix, so I think things are going to be all right. The raid mechanic seems to currently be leaving a lot of people behind. And we've had a couple of people complain about it. Like, you know, I don't know why. Particularly on Android, I guess, mobile. Has anyone else heard of that, or potentially, hopefully, a solution to it? Because, oh boy. I would really like some resolution on that, you know? Especially if there's something I can do to modify that. I don't know how that would even work, you know? All right. It happened to you while you were watching on PC. See, that's very, very strange, and I don't know why it's doing that. All right. Detective Melodious considers, sends an island away, puts card into the hand. This is on the app. See, but it's not just this channel, right? Is what you're saying? It's other people's channels as well, Gimp? Okay. So, actually, maybe that was wrong. Were we supposed to hold on so we could train up the Hopeful Initiate there? Figured they were just leaving me behind. Okay, well, you know, there you go. Thank you, Mobu. Glad you are here. Good to see you. Denying everything. Uh-oh. Ledger Shredder and Symmetry Sage. Those are terrifying, terrifying magic cards, for sure. Skyclave Apparition just going to come on down and eat the Ledger Shredder. Symmetry Sage, very, very scary, though, as well, so... Ay-yi-yi. Balmor Battle Mage. Comes down, Symmetry Sage. Does its thing. Balmor Battle Mage does its thing. And we take 4. Down to 19. Yeah, let's go ahead and just eat that Balmor Battle Mage, I guess. No attacks. Hang on for dear life. Safkeen, good to see ya. How's life been treating you? They have a Static Discharge. Okay. These things are inconvenient. Opponent gets another 2/2. Have to do with hosting since they're getting rid of it? Yeah, I'm not sure, Nerdy Kitty. I really don't know. Yeah, I wish I did know. Because it doesn't make a ton of sense. Combat. Throw this counter over there. No attacks. Yeah, we are going to do this on our turn so they don't get to give anything else additional power. Ledger Shredder shows up. Okay. And another Static Discharge. Bummer, man. At least it didn't go to our face, though. That's 2 of them that could have been directly on the melon and were not on said melon. All right, Inquisitor Captain, come on down. See what we get. Well, not going to look a gift Skyclave Apparition in the mouth. And Detective Melodious says, I've had enough. And scoops him up. GG, Detective Melodious. GG. Any one of these changes that they implement could potentially cause, you know, unforeseen problems, and regularly does. If I understand the coding process that does happen, right? So, you know, we'll see. Opponent, turn 1 Mountain, play with fire. You got it. Well, we're going to go ahead and Ambitious Farmhand then. Dig up a wee bit of card advantage. Just a plains, but, you know, that's okay. I wonder if we don't need 4 Ambitious Farmhand. Because they do shuffle back our Goblin Morale Sergeant stuff, which is less good, you know? But, yeah, I would appreciate that, Mamabu. And I would be interested to hear if Tanner has anything to say about it as well. Obviously, Tanner Boo, folks, if you have never followed Mamabu's son, you should definitely check that out. Because Tanner Boo, also a very skilled entertainer, and you know, a seasoned veteran of the streaming community. So I'd be interested to see or hear his perspective. Uh-oh. Well, fine. Let's actually... Yeah, no, let's go about it this way. Because getting another Goblin Morale, if Calamity Bearer survives, Goblin Morale Sergeant, you know, enlists this, that's just fine. We're pretty happy about that. But no. Yeah, well, exactly, Gimp. I would definitely agree with that, but you know, I don't know. I don't know what their thought process is on that stuff necessarily either, though. Okay, well, enlist Calamity Bears. Yes, please, do the thing. All right. Fanatical Firebrand shows up. Rockzilla, good to see ya. And a shock? All right. Sure. Whoa, Bone Crusher Giant. Aye. And another Fanatical Firebrand. Good heavens. Okay. Jeez. All right. Well. Brutal Cathar. Come on down. Eat the Bone Crusher. No attacks. Hang on for dear life, as it turns out. Wait patiently. Our opponent deploys a Bone Crusher Giant. And is carefully biding their time. All right, Inquisitor Captain, come on down. Do the thing. What do you say, Eric, about... Interesting. This is a really interesting decision, folks. Actually, I think we got to do the Goblin Morale Sergeant, because our opponent's going to Fanatical Firebrand it, but we have 2 more in our hands, so that will give us a bunch more Brutal Cathars. Yeah. These things are fine, I think. Can't attack, though, because we need to be able to trade the Calamity Bearers with the Bone Crusher Giant, I think. Muggin, good to see ya. John likes game. It's true, Muggin. It's true. I keep telling myself one of these days I'm going to branch out to some other games, but, you know. I do, you know, almost exclusively stream Magic, so, you know, you're not wrong. I assure you, I do like other games. But, you know, just stream the one. Shuriken! Hey there! Good to see you again. Welcome back. Alright. Dealing some damage, folks. What do you say, opponent? All right. Opponent does send away our Goblin Morale Sergeant. You got it. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Yeah, it's true, Muggin. It's true. So, for the next 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, you will be graced with or subjected to Sophisticated John. Because, as it happens, we have had a redemption of Get Into Character by Sefkeen. So 5 minutes of this face will be in store for all of you. We'll keep. This hand is interesting, to say the least. Yes, there are no mere, well, there are few mere. There are few mere on Arena. I think there are one or two. But there are infinite combos with the mirror that I would encourage you to explore. Very, very exciting cards. Right. Yes. Dig up a plains. Baruda-clad mirrors? Yes. Abyssal mirror? Okay, Nicodemus. Another authority of the consoles. Very, very unfortunate. This card messes up our deck. We do not like that. I think we're going to Venerable War Singer. Fair enough, Tempting Tragedy. We will eagerly await your return. Give them the old what for and such. That's... Yes. Yes. It is a, it is a creature type. Okay. So our opponent has the cleric class there. I think things are a touch awkward. And... oh my. Heavens to Betsy's. Let's just go straight to combat and see if our opponent wishes to block. How about that? Damage dealt. Ambitious farmhand returned. Don't mind if I do. But I'm going to gain a wee bit of life. These things are fine. Yes. Plains to the hand. And... Inquisitor Captain? I believe that's the case. Come on down. Join the proverbial party. Get ourselves a Brutal Cathar? Sure. Eat that particular creature. Nicodemus, no more Esper Sentinel for you. Vanishing Light goes after our Venerable War Singer. Indeed it does. Yes. Well, I suppose let's go ahead and play the mana out. Adapt our Seasoned Cathar and attack. Yes. Damage. Our opponent has a board sweeper coming up next turn. So I don't really want to deploy too much to the board, so I think we're just going to Ambitious Farmhand. And if they sweep this away, not a big deal, you know. Just a 1/1 that got us the land already. Astral Flame. Fellow degenerate. Glad you made it, my friend. Glad you made it. Dragon player extraordinaire. Huh? Yes. Yes. Very nice. I would advise against playing in that. Sorry, folks. Elder Spawn was conveying an amusing story to me, an anecdote, if you will. Fabio, glad you made it. Good to see you. Yes, indeed, Muggin, indeed. All right. Well, as with all good things, folks, it has been 5 minutes, and the stay in character will unfortunately only last that long. So thank you for the redemption, Seth Keen. You are now going to be stuck with the rest of regular old John. Our opponent's not excited about the ambitious farmhand, it doesn't look like. So, yeah, those scoundrels. Muggin, those scoundrels. Nicodemus, 2 cards in hand, really doesn't want us to get a plains. They do have a Monocle Zaros in Oklahoma. It's a great store. Very, very versatile, you know. Roped way down and then passed the turn, and then roped way down again. You know, they did concede this time, so no complaints.